final word.
The final word.
The final word. The final word. Yes, I said it. Yes, I said it. OC, man, how you feeling?
Well, it is what it is, man. I mean, another day, another Cowboys headline, man. The Tankathon is on. That's all I can tell you.
The
Tankathon is on.
Man, we got some things on that Tankathon too. I'm interested. We're going to talk about that. But with the way that you came out with that, I think we might even need to start with that.
Man, we can start wherever you want, man. All I know is we did a post game a couple weeks ago, and we talked about a fat lady warming up. I mean, she's into her second stanza right now, man. She's about to come down the backstretch of this thing and bring it on home with the last chorus. That's all I can tell you.
Say, man.
That's all I know. And you know what, boss? And you know what, boss? I got proof too. I got something that ain't none of y'all talked about, boss, and maybe none of you guys know.
Wait. So, man, has the fat lady, has she hit the brake?
Man, she hit the brake. She doing the last run. She's about to back into the last crescendo of the song. She's about to back into the last crescendo, bro. The last
man,
crescendo.
they throwing the roses out of man.
Hey man, she might be back for an encore, especially after this week.
The final word. The final
Oh,
word.
so man, you think it's gonna be the encore, man, with the Washington Commanders? Boy,
Standing ovation encore. I'm telling you, I see one coming.
Boy, you know that's sick. That is sick, bro. For Dan Quinn to come up here and smack Mike McCarthy and Jerry. Oh man, I gotta hit the button on that.
Hey, look. Hey, you remember this show In Living Color? Remember that show back in the day? In Living Color?
Yeah.
In Living Color, there used to be a skit with Jamie Foxx and the Wayans brothers, and they'd get upset and they'd start fighting, and one was playing a girl, and he would say, "Just slap me around and call me Susan." Guess what? Dan Quinn is about to slap the Cowboys.
Man, hold up, man. Wait. Man, you low-key being disrespectful, man. The football guys don't like your arrogance.
Man, I'm not being arrogant, boss.
The football guys don't like how you just declared the outcome on us like that, dog.
Hey, listen, man. Listen, here's the good news.
Yes, please.
I'll give you some good news, man. Mike McCarthy is trying.
Oh, hell no.
Boy, we gonna fight today.
Listen, boss. Listen before you fight. I'll get into this in a few seconds, man. But the cadence and the tempo of his play calling, initially before the game really just started to get away, I saw where he was going, and it made a lot of sense based on his personnel and based on the injuries. It made a lot of sense what he was doing. He was trying to ball.
Oh, hell no.
No, listen. No, Mike was thinking through it. I'm giving Mike some credit on this. They did lose the game. They got destroyed at the end. But it was a competitive football game for a while. Well, until you got to the beginning part, I'll say middle part of the third quarter-ish, right? And then it kind of got out of hand with that sack fumble and then the run back touchdown with Barnett. But it was competitive, It was competitive up until that point,
I can't wait to hear this.
I just wanna run it up. Count a check or something. I've been really in the field, let up, I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count a check or something. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. change to the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Reverend now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
My boy M said, ouch, OC. Cause we so curious, man. We so curious. We so curious, bro. So how are you gonna sell me, bro? Cause oh man, I'm not feeling you.
Listen, man. Listen. Mike McCarthy did play action pass, right? And he threw the ball down the field, caught him on a skinny post, boom, took it to the house. He also did a variety of flood routes that were short, easy passes for Cooper, okay? He also tried to power run the ball. He gave a CeeDee Lamb the ball in a motion jet sweep. He tried to establish the run with Rico. And, hey, man, look, I think that overall...
Oh, hell no!
Listen, boss, hold on. Listen. In terms of
man, you was doing
context,
good too, man. Yeah, I was falling for it. I was over here at first, like, you know what? I promise you, I was over here thinking, like, man, he doing good. But then you said he tried to establish Rico.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy?
Listen,
Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
Listen. Subtract Rico. He tried to establish a run game because they were only down by like 7 points at a part in that game. So he did not abandon the run, which was smart. Oh. He tried to run the ball. He tried to get them in third and short and third and medium. I saw his cadence and tempo. Now, they had some penalties. They had some errors and things like that by players. Minnesota tight end, rookie guy that you like, man, did a solid job, man, trying to actually catch the football, make a play here or there. He brought those guys up. Right, so he did some different things creatively, play action, working really kind of a short cadence to mid cadence passing game with some power run. And also, I was proud, man, of how Cooper Rush came back and tried to stand tall in the pocket and complete the football, especially up until where the game kind of got out of control, middle of the third quarter. I mean, look, he came to battle, and I respect the fact that he tried to come back and play better. And he did play better, he did play better than he did last week. So those are the good things. And I think that, hey, these guys are just mixing it up, trying to be competitive and trying to do what they can. But the issue with the Cowboys is the issue that we've been concerned about the whole offseason and even going into this season is just some personnel, right? And it's depth and it's in certain positions. It's just, man, that we're not very good. We're just not good enough to beat the top teams, from top to bottom in the depth chart. And then we're young in certain positions like the offensive line. So, I thought that Mike McCarthy did try to mix it up and try to actually do some good things in this game to try to give them a chance. And I want to give him credit for that. As much as we've critiqued him and said this and that, I think that he does deserve that. If you go back and look at the film, and if we had the film, I could actually show you kind of his thought process with certain things and what he tried to do.
Yeah. You say if I go back and look at the film.
Yeah, go back. Check it out.
So we can actually do that. Let's do that tomorrow if you can. Because I would want to see the concepts, because I'm just so shocked that I see this like so different. Like sometimes people think different, but we see this so different. Like, let me pull up something real quick. I want to get your thoughts on it.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah. And while you do that, I'll just chime in and say, it's a difference between effort and productivity, and I think that's where we may disagree, right? Like the effort on what he's. Go ahead.
I found it right here. So you remember when Mike McCarthy was talking about the play sheet?
Yeah.
And he was saying that, I always had the Jerry Rice list, the Taylor list, and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
So he was giving away the fact that he has a list for all his playmakers. But I noticed a trend, and I want to get your thoughts on it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that he admitted that he has like a go-to list for all his playmakers, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he goes away when they hot. So Zeke was rolling versus San Fran. He abandoned it. Mm-hmm. Rico was really rolling versus Atlanta with 6.5 on the ground. We also know Atlanta's very weak in terms of their defensive front. But he didn't go at that. Turpin was rolling early. And after Turpin scored, he stopped targeting him. So schematically, I think that's where we seeing a different OC. Because you, to me, talking kind of like the concepts that he was doing. I'm talking about the flow and the common sense or the lack thereof.
Yeah, I'm talking about his overall philosophy and how he wanted to approach and call the game. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about targeting individual players. And I think that, defenses make an adjustment to try to take stuff away when you get a big play with a certain player. So certain things, and I haven't watched the film to this degree to be able to answer this question, right?
To me,
I'm just
on the surface, without looking at the film too, it looked like they didn't change up too much. They seemed like they kept challenging in the same way. I was looking at a lot of press.
Yeah, and
wouldn't you
versus
seeing that?
Press, I did see a lot of press, but versus press, you got to win. And versus press, you got to have a quarterback that's confident enough to stand up and put the ball, throw you open, or put the ball in some tight spots. And I don't think that Cooper Rush is really that quarterback, to be honest with you. I think that's why you saw some of the shallow and deep crossing routes. It's because he was trying to get his receivers open versus zone coverage, having to run from one zone to the next zone on those shallow crossers. And that's where Cooper Rush has some success. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then also have him throw those balls in the flats to the tight ends and stuff like that, which are easy, simple completions, right? To get Cooper Rush going and to build up his confidence. I don't think that Cooper Rush, no offense on his game, but I don't know that he's a tight window thrower versus an aggressive defense that can tip the ball and possibly get a pick, Yeah. So that's what I saw with it, Boss. I think that, it's a lot to be said about him going away from certain things. I do think you should try to come back to certain things, but I think, and this is me being balanced, I think that the offensive coordinator is probably one of the most scrutinized positions that you could have, man, because everybody got an opinion about how you call that game.
So basically as an OC yourself, you basically soft.
You soft?
Yeah, you being soft.
No, I ain't being soft.
Because you're an OC over there, and the play callers, they get scrutinized.
No. No, listen.
You over there getting soft on me, bro.
No, I ain't getting soft. I'm gonna say this, and this is what I was about to say. I'm gonna say this. I think that it's ebbs and flow in the game, and it's not just as simple as, hey man, this is my play sheet. I'm gonna call play 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's not that simple, man. This stuff is about feel. It's an art and a science. It's about feel. It's about what's going on in the game. It's about, okay, I can't call this because my left tackle just missed a block. He getting tore up over there by Barnett. I gotta go away from it. It's different stuff, man, that happens in the game. But I think that he should have tried to go back to Turpin, right? I agree with that. But I think that, man, the Cowboys got other problems, man. I mean, you got a backup quarterback. You got a struggling young line in some respects, and some people that are struggling that are veteran players. And man, you got a bunch of young guys out there playing against a competitive, pretty good Texans team, man. And, they were competitive for a minute in the game, and then, man, it got away from them in the second half, man. I mean, at least they were competitive, man, the first part of the game. At least they didn't lay down and quit when they got down by 2 scores, right? They didn't lay down and quit. They came back. They made it a football game, and then, hey, man, it got away from them in the second half. That's what happened.
I just see it so different.
How do you see it, boss? How do you see it? Then tell the people. The people want to know, how do you see it?
I felt like Rico didn't even get close to a quality chance at all. I felt like you played with me again, Mike McCarthy. You've been saying every week without fail, we need to do a better job at running the ball. They made this big announcement that we have now made Rico the lead back, and we can see Rico getting 25 attempts, and you come out for the whole game and only get that man 10.
Yeah.
And you throw it 55 times with a noodle arm quarterback. And so I don't see no common sense at all in that. I think you crazy, Mike McCarthy. I think you out your mind. You didn't help. You didn't have no kind of game plan that's good for Cooper Rush to me. How do you? And then I'm not even halfway thinking that the game got away, because they was only down by 7 in the first half, and we still was way out of balance in the first half. Conceptually, I agree with you. I saw some creative things. I saw some good things. I do also agree that I like how he was showing the crossing patterns. I loved it. He was doing things to me to help Cooper Rush. I did see those things that you see. So even though I'm saying we see it different, I still see it from your point of view. You know what I mean? Where you giving them credit for the good things, but it's the flow of the game and the lack of common sense to really try to help your defense. Because shout out right now, and I want to get your thoughts on this. Shout out to Zimmer in the defense, bro. Shout out to Zimmer in the defense, because they kept them alive for a very long time.
Yeah, man, I think that Zimmer's done a good job of trying to mix it up and move people around. And he's starting to do what I said do about 3 weeks ago. Not saying he's doing it because of me, but he's starting to run blitz, man. He's starting to A-gap blitz strategically with Overshot, man.
No, we gotta clap it up for you, bro. Nah, hold on. I gotta pause and clap it up for you. Because OC, you did say that 3 weeks ago. You was very strong about that for 3 weeks, strong too. Like you was talking about the really getting more run blitz packages. You was talking a lot about that, man. Elaborate more on that.
Yeah, run blitz packages, man, it's very, very hard to deal with because you got athletes versus stiffs, as Boss Cowboy says. You got slower footed offensive linemen trying to block and stay in front of quick, shifty, pretty strong linebackers running through gaps on the snap or running through gaps right after the snap. And so it just basically, it slows you down in the sense that it makes your running back have to make quick cuts, or it gets him in a situation to where he's getting a handoff and it's a tackle for loss situation because one of your bigger, slower guys, they miss the block. And so doing that is a great equalizer if you do not have the man-on-man personnel to stand up versus a good offensive line, or you don't have the guys that just have the size and strength to win one-on-one in terms of defensive linemen. And we have some guys. Osa is a good solid 3-tech, but he's not like that dude, right? We don't really have a dude in the middle of that defense. We had a dude last year that we didn't resign, but we don't really have a guy that can really hold down blocks and stuff like that and really get off his shed and hold himself at the point of attack. And so when you don't have that, you're going to have to run blitz, mix it up, try to catch people slipping, hit gaps, get tackles for losses. And I like how he did try to play with Micah over the guard some and things like that. That was all positive and good. But going back to Rico, he did give Rico the ball several times, and what I saw in the second quarter, it looked like he was trying to establish him. That's what I meant. I didn't mean for the whole game, right? But he did try to get in. Rico was actually, churning through 4 or 5, yard gains a few times and stuff like that. And to your point, Mike McCarthy should have stayed with it. But,
yeah, he should have stayed with it.
He should have stayed with it. He should have stayed with it.
Yeah.
But once you get down, and here's the thing too, and I'm not making an excuse. I'm just giving insight. When you get down by a couple touchdowns in the game, and it's in the second half, bro, you kind of go into aggressive mode. Like, man, I got to try to figure out how to score.
Do that.
But when they were only down by 7, in the first half, I did see him a little bit more committed to that run. You know what I mean? But yeah,
I didn't
once
see
you have
no
the sack,
commitment, OC. I'm sorry. I don't see
you didn't see in the second quarter. You didn't see him trying to run that. I saw him trying to run that ball, some boss.
Let
But
me
maybe
see.
maybe I'm mistaken. I have
I
to go
think
back
you
and look.
are.
I could be
Let me
mistaken.
see.
Oh, hell no.
Let me go look at the numbers real quick. Because I can go look at the specific numbers. Let me go pull the actual
Yeah,
data.
in the first half. Just stay
I'm
there.
going to pull the actual data.
All right.
I'm going to look at all the run attempts. I might need you, while I'm pulling that up, I noticed something about Rico I'm going to need you to elaborate on.
Yeah, what's that?
Rico looked like he was fighting that ball to me. His hands didn't look, he looked very uncomfortable catching.
Yeah, man. I mean, Rico's a guy that's just used to getting handoffs, man. He's not like, no offense, he doesn't strike me as a super soft-handed guy. He's not like an Ezekiel Elliott. You would think that an Ezekiel Elliott is more of like, just looking at him as a bruiser and a guy that don't got hands. But Ezekiel Elliott got hands like a receiver almost, you know? So Rico's a little bit different. And Rico is kind of the guy that, you know, you want to like get him off tackle runs. You want to get him maybe some sweeps. You want to get him maybe some trap action, some stuff like that, some counter action where he can kind of basically cut off of blocks, you know, succinctly and get north and south. I think that's his gifting. I think that's where he's going to be his best, is where you actually get him going north and south. And I think when the Cowboys do that and they create like a hole for him, you can see more so of his ability, you know, to be somewhat explosive and even to be shifty and to finish off runs pretty good, you know? So that's the whole thing about Rico. I don't really think he's a threat in the backfield in terms of coming out of the backfield and being downfield and catching the football. He can maybe here and there, but I don't think that's his game, boss.
I got it up. Let me see.
All right.
Give me a second. All right. Let me make sure it's the right game. Week 11. Hold on real quick. So I got week 11 right here. Give me 1 second. Let me show it. All right, so this is week 11. Let me get you out the way. All right, so let me see. So the rushing, you said the second quarter?
Yeah, it looked like second quarter. Oh, it was 4. I missed on that then. It was more in the first quarter then.
Let me make sure this right, because this week, that was week 11, right?
It says week 11.
Let me just make sure, bro. It said week 11. I just want to make sure. I'm going to go to week 12. Yeah, so, no, that was our last game, week 11, right? So, at week 11, he didn't ramp it up. Yeah, we just saw a different.
That's cool.
And to me, he just got away from it as he usually does, you know?
Yeah.
And look how much he passed in the second quarter. Look at this. 21. What? Say, wait.
But let me ask you this question, boss. Do you think that it's because of his lack of confidence that we can effectively run the ball long term in the game? Do you think it's because of his lack of confidence and that we have a young offensive line? Just as an ideal, what do you think about that?
You ain't gonna want to hear this, OC.
Tell me.
I low-key think Mike McCarthy might be sabotaging us, bro.
No. So you're going to draw me into a point that I have had, boss, that I haven't heard anybody talk about, boss. No, it's very well, it's possible, boss. I'm not saying he is. I'm saying it's very possible. But I'll let you elaborate before I get to that point. Go ahead.
Because either you sabotaging us or you completely incompetent. And it's sometimes believe in some people incompetent is actually not the logical assumption. So, especially when you say every week, we got to do better at running the ball. We got to do better at balance. And you off balance every week. In week 11, OC, we only have 21 on average rush attempts per game. And that was before this game, where we ended up with 10. Rico only got 10.
Yeah, but then you had another.
You had some more. Deuce Nim touched it, and your perimeter weapons touched it, like CeeDee Lamb. But do you count those as runs, bro? Them gadget plays.
It's not traditional runs, but they're runs. I think there are creative ways to get your receivers the ball. That's how I see it. But on the stat sheet, it's a run. But here's something else, Boss. So you bring up this interesting, and I'll throw this out at you since you brought this up about the sabotage. Is Mike McCarthy? Is he Kellen Moore'ing us?
I don't know.
Because Kellen Moore, it took everything in me to just because I want to throw the ball, right? And then Mike McCarthy, on the other hand, think about this. Let's go back in time. Yeah. Mike McCarthy was like, run the ball. Like, we need to run the ball. Yeah. We need to run the ball 30 times, right? That was Mike McCarthy. The same.
He
said,
I don't want to run up the score. All I want to do is run the damn ball. That was his specific quote.
Right.
And you were literally dead last in rush attempts.
Right. So stuff's not adding up.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's either you super incompetent or you doing this on purpose.
Maybe you're just trying to figure out how to make yourself look better and score, maybe. But we not scoring that much.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it is.
It don't make sense on no level. He literally said, "OC, see, it's bad when I can quote you. It's bad when I can use your words against you. When I can hold you up to the stands and say, was this you that said that you protect a depleted defense by being in balance? Was that your word, sir? Yes, I did say that. So why are you not doing that, sir?" It's just me. I'm going to say this too, OC, and I mean this. Some people go take offense to this. But the more I've been thinking, the more I'm going to say that also, in my opinion, to fire Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, well, you're going to get your wish on that, boss.
Now. Because from this standpoint, I want to get your thoughts on this. Me and Law talked about this. Certain jobs, you don't allow people to hang around with 2-week notices because the information is too sensitive that they're around. How do you just have a situation like Dan Quinn and just let a coach put his house up for sale?
Well, look, man, this is Operation Blow Up, and Mike McCarthy didn't just put his house up for sale. He put his house up for sale in the summer. He just got a contract on his house recently. It's pending now.
Oh my!
So Mike McCarthy knew this thing was going downhill in the summer when they didn't give him resources and they didn't start bringing in players to help him. He understood the writing was on the wall at that point, post-draft. His house went up for sale, I believe, in July.
Yeah.
It's pending contract now. Now, here's the other interesting thing as a backup plan. Guess who owns Dan Quinn's $2 million house?
Mike McCarthy.
Yes, sir. So his $8 million crib in Allen. Round and round we go, Boss Cowboy. Round and round we go.
No, man.
So,
go.
Mike McCarthy knew this day was coming. Mike McCarthy saw this.
And see, I know some people that get offended at me saying sabotage, but when I just look at it, it's just like it just got a smell. It's just a
Hey man, and this is why I said before the show with such confidence. Dan, look, DQ finna get the dub, bro.
oh
And
man, don't do that, please. Just don't do it like that, bro. Just
I know you don't
take
want
it
me to do
easy
it
on
like
my
that.
back.
Okay, look, bro. Okay, let me put it soft. We know that Dan Quinn and Mike McCarthy are boys. They have a good relationship because it was a point in time that Dan Quinn came to Mike McCarthy and was like, "What do you want me to do?"
Yeah,
right. They
that
saying all
move.
this.
That's an epic move.
I can go take one of these jobs.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah.
So it's at least man-to-man respect.
It is. You well said, OC. Well said.
It's man-to-man respect.
You cooking.
Now,
it's true.
Look, Dan Quinn is sitting at the top of the NFC East. Okay?
Uh-huh.
And the crown jewel of the NFC East for everybody and for most of the league still is what? Is if you can get a dub on the Cowboys. Oh man, that's like job security in the East. You get a win against the Cowboys. It's like your stock goes up. Everybody wants to beat up on the Cowboys. Oh, especially when you're down. Oh, we're not having mercy. We want to kick you when you're down. We want to take it to you. We want to blow you out. Blow you out at home if we can. So I'm telling you that those Washington Redskins, and I'm gonna take it a step further. I don't think Dan Quinn liked how certain things went down when he was here.
Oh, no doubt. Oh,
okay. I put it lightly.
Man, you being soft today. What's wrong with you, man? Hold on. Let me hit your button, bro. Let me get you. Where's your hoodie? Where's your hoodie, bro?
No emotions, no friends,
no
loyalty,
no friends. I need the straight business OC, man. What
Put
the happened?
hashtag straight business in the chat.
Hashtag in the chat. Somebody say straight business for the OC, because we need the straight no chaser.
Listen, man. Listen. Dan Quinn didn't like what the Joneses did, bro. And personally, he might not like them. He's coming in here with his guns loaded, and you go see all types of freaky stuff and new trick plays. They go do everything they can to straight up smack down the Cowboys, okay? That's the straight business that you go get. That's what it is. They go do everything in their power to smack down the Cowboys, and the Cowboys can't help it because all they got is fight. All they got is heart. All they got is pride because they don't got the team to stop those Skins right now, bro. That's what it is. They still got them two killers sitting right in the middle of that defensive line, boss Cowboy. Them two big old mean Pro Bowl killers, boss. And who gonna block them? BB can't do nothing, boss. Tyler Smith is gonna handle his business. He gonna be competitive. Zach Martin is hurt. Zach Martin is playing with half a body. They start Tyler Guyton out there. Lord have mercy. The young man is growing, but he needs some time. It's gonna be hard on him this week, boss. It's gonna be hard on him, and you know
I ain't
what's
saying
gonna
they
happen.
gonna win, bro. But see, let me
I'm
go
giving
back.
it to you.
No, wait. Let me go back to the conspiracy. Then we gonna move on. Just real quick. Let me just go right back to the conspiracy real quick.
Go ahead.
See, Dan Quinn rated us bad when you let him hang around. We got 22 free agents, man. We got 22 free agents. The man done already put his house up for sale. He got a contract. Special Case said it best 2 weeks ago. Mike McCarthy is looking like he put in his 2-week notice. He trolling Jerry. He doing all kind of stuff that's showing he's a threat. And I hate to say it because I like Mike McCarthy. But when you didn't extend him, he don't feel secure and he's looking out for himself. That's what it looks like to me, OC. And I think he's a major risk to the Dallas Cowboys. I don't want him around my scout team. I don't want him around personnel. I don't want him even involved in the future meetings. Either you commit to him long term or get him out this building now.
Yeah, no, I disagree because I think he's just a lame duck coach at this point. He's a lame duck coach because Dan Quinn was a hot coach that had job offers and that people wanted, right? Like Mike McCarthy is not a hot coach. He's just a hot seat coach. He's just on the hot seat.
But what if, let me just play a little bit of the devil's advocate with you. So I got an agent, right? My agent job is to what?
It's to help me find work.
Okay, so when my agent is trying to find me work, you don't think the agent been working behind the scenes to try to make sure that it's some suitors out there for him?
I think so, but I think that we're in the era of a young hotshot coach and an older coach that's coming off a couple failed playoff runs and a horrible season with the Cowboys. I just don't think he's going to be tops in line for anybody's
I'm
job.
just thinking it's a possibility, especially like a team like Chicago. I could see a real savvy agent having some talks saying it's really doing a good job of selling how dysfunctional Dallas is. You see what I'm saying? Like,
it'll be all agent. It won't be because of It'll be all agent.
I can see it being all agent to where you coming in and you selling the fact that he was 12-5, but it's not just you was 12-5 3 times. It was 12-5 3 times in Dallas. You see what I'm saying? So it's like all that dysfunction down there, and he was 12-5. So when I look at it like that, and I look at how Mike McCarthy to me does a lot of PR protecting himself, right? So he's very, we need to run the ball. We see it's something up to that, to where it's almost like you trying to say, I wanted to, but I was doing what they wanted me to.
100%. That's what he's doing, bro. He does it a lot. He does it masterfully.
Yeah, he mastered. He cold. He good.
He's ice cold. You just gotta catch on to the subtleties, you know,
right?
The little subtleties.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. Like he said, I wanted to give Ezekiel the ball. He even said that one time.
Yeah.
You know?
He says I, or he says we.
I wanted to.
Right.
He's saying basically he's pretty much telling you it's out of his control, which goes back to this is the counterbalance to the conspiracy theory in the sense that they want to see certain things happen, and he is acquiescing because we already know and we've established on this show for years that Mike McCarthy has been unsullied.
Right.
And he had to be unsullied to get that $25 million. Now, I'm not mad at him personally for being unsullied with the big contract. I mean, shoot, I'll probably be unsullied too. Just, hey, man, all right, you want to do it that way, we might lose, but okay, guys, at least I told you we might lose, but if you really want to do that, you really want to be in control, okay, I'll go ahead and do what you're saying do. Okay, great, whatever. I just told you we might lose, though, and we're losing. So, it's kind of one of those situations to where I don't think that he's a major threat because also I think the Operation Blow Up plan was already on the table anyway.
Yeah,
I think that was already on the table because of the commitment to draft picks and not paying any significant free agents to get us the help that we needed, and our lack of aggression for a couple years now at drafting a very quality running back or bringing in another piece that we could have gotten that's out on the market. That was out on the market. We could have got Diggs in here for goodness sake, right? He wanted out of Buffalo. We could have got him, right? We could have drafted another person, right? We could have done things like that, but we didn't do it. And so because of that, the Cowboys said, great, we'll get as much draft collateral as we can. We'll blow this thing up. We'll make it interesting. We'll probably go try to hire Dion, although we keep denying it, or somebody that'll get these fans excited and back drinking our blue Kool-Aid again. And that's what I think it is. I think the Cowboys had already put it in play. They had already thought about this, the potential of this happening. And you sign Dak Prescott, great, keep yourself relevant. And, if the new coach hates him, you may see him get traded because he don't have no trade clause. And somebody will pick up Dak because he's a really good quarterback, man. So, I mean, I'm saying a variety of things could happen. But I think that this was already in the books. This was already a part of the master plan. And that's what I think.
Keystone, I think, said it best. You can make me lose, but you will not blame me. That's the smell. That's the smell. I want to talk to you about the Mingo plan.
And what time you got, boss? I got to double check.
You got 12 minutes.
I got. Thank you.
The Mingo plan. What's your thoughts on the Mingo plan so far?
Boo boo.
Elaborate. Wait. I got the sound effect for you. Yours sounded worse. But go ahead, man. What's your thoughts on it? Elaborate, because I got my thoughts on it too.
It's a waste. Like, it's a waste. Like, what are you doing?
Like, what are you doing? Right. Okay, it's 2 weeks.
Use him.
Right.
Make an effort.
Yeah, make an effort. Thank you.
Like at least if you're gonna draft him, you can say he could be this or that. Okay, at least try him out pretty good. At least get a dude 6-7 targets a game.
Thank you.
Like do 6-7 targets a game. See
what was
do,
that?
You know? Yeah, like that's what I think. I think it's right now it's a waste. That's my opinion about it. But you know, who am I? You know, just an old YouTuber.
Nah, that's why I asked you, man, because it's like, all right, you had 2 weeks now to ramp up and showcase Mingo.
Right.
And Florida not getting all these targets. We're like, what was that?
Man,
OC, they said he was a second rounder on the draft board. I think we should see that.
Boss, man, look, you don't get enough credit for some of these taglines that you done, and you really should, like, you got some people like make the t-shirt, bro, sons versus bastards. Yeah. It's like it's an epidemic, boss. It's like the COVID virus coming out of China, bro, and how it hit the shores and just spread so rapidly. It's like a pandemic, bro. It's like, no, it's not a pandemic. It's beyond a pandemic. It's an endemic. It's like
he was part of their visits.
Man, no, man. Why ain't they giving this kid the ball? They treating him like we brought you in off the street, you know what? And you know, we just you sit right here, and then we go decide when we give you some targets, because we gotta be satisfied, and you gotta make sure we feel comfortable, you know, and that we are all in with you and you all in with us, and you want to be a Cowboy for life before you get any targets, boy. Remember that, boy.
Boy.
Any targets. We're not giving you no targets. What are you talking about? Targets? Play calls? What? Play sheet? Go route? Reverse? No.
Man. No. Okay, I know you playing, but on the cool, we do. If they go into this game, bro, and Mingo don't get no serious targets, ooh, I would be like, man, it is absolutely no excuse to give away a fourth and not see what you got. That's gonna be like, ooh.
Well, look, here's another secret. If they don't give him no targets, this gonna be catastrophic, because you know DQ gonna do everything in his power to take away CD Lamb, just like every other team that we play. So you better have some other dudes you giving this football to. That's all I can tell you, because this gonna be a tough one for CD Lamb. I've got guaranteed he gonna have something for CD where he's gonna do his best not to let CD Lamb run wild. I'm gonna tell you that.
Jackie Smith brought up something I want to talk about. Schoonmaker, he played a little bit better, man.
Yeah, man.
And I see growth in the tight end room too. I see some confidence building in the tight end room. Let's talk about School and Brevin Sport. We be able to get out of here.
Yeah, man. Well, they battling, bro. They competitive, you know, and it's a competitive group, and they got some talent, and these guys want to be on the field. So Schoon is doing his job. You know, he's catching the football. He's trying to be an efficient blocker. The big young tight end out of Minnesota, man, a lot of tremendous upside. He's probably the best tight end overall, can block and catch and run routes. I like him a lot, but, you know.
I think this is a good confidence game for him. I think he needed this type of game. It's the type of game that I won't be surprised in the next 2 or 3 games if he just outright explode.
Yeah, he's a really good player, because now he knows, okay, like, you need to kind of know, like, I can play in this league.
Right.
I think this
he needed this. Yeah.
Right. Like, okay, I can play. Like,
okay.
I
got on some type of run. Like, and Schoon too. Like, I think that's something we got to acknowledge. See, because I said that about Jarwin. is that when you entitle them, they don't play good. But when you go ahead and bench them, because Jarwin took off after they benched him in the Jags game. And then after that, he was on fire. You know, when you stop treating them sons, start treating them like you got to earn your job, it's amazing that you'll get the best out of them. You know what I mean? Yeah. But when you entitle them, keep giving them opportunities that they ain't earned. But just to kind of sum it up, I like what I was seeing in a tight end room because, see, I'm in evaluation mode. I'm pretty sure you in evaluation mode. So it was some good things that I saw evaluation-wise. What did you see in terms of kind of like player evaluation, maybe people we should keep? Like, what are things that you seeing for the future, OC?
Yeah, I think, it's several good things, man. I just think the Cowboys are young, man. I think they're young, and I think they just need more depth, and they need to shore up the O-line, man, in terms of drafting another guy that can come in and plug and play right guard. They need to get some more depth at tackle. I don't like Hassan Rick as a tackle. I think that he's uncomfortable in space. I think he's probably better at guard because he's been playing guard recently, and I think that he's uncomfortable. I think that you just let Tyler Guy and just let him cut his teeth, man. Let him battle. Let him cut his teeth. Don't snatch him out the game because he got beat for a dumb sag because basically he got juked on basically a very, very weak stutter step. And he should have just kept his track and just got 2 kicks in the ground and just blocked Barnett because Barnett really not like a dude like that. He's a former first-round pick. He's a decent player, but he shouldn't have got beat for that sack like that. So they got mad at him and took him out the game. I think at this point, just let him play. I think that you need a running back, man. You need another weapon, whether it be Mingo or whether you do somebody else. I think you do. I think Overshawn is a great piece to build around, all right, in terms of your linebackers, but you need another linebacker too. And you got to get some beef in the middle. And the other things you need to do, you need to get another defensive end. I think Micah's going to be Micah, but Micah is never going to be a 20-sack guy until you get another threat that can play opposite of him. It was supposed to be Sam Williams, but Sam Williams coming off of ACL, he's probably going to need a season to play again to even get back to kind of where he was, right? Because that ACL was dramatic in terms of explosion and stuff like that. So I'll start right there, man. But those are just some general thoughts.
And then all in the soil, he said, not sure how to become a member, but there's some support for the channel. Appreciate the content. I appreciate the $5 support. We haven't turned on the members yet because I want to make sure that we was giving something of value for the membership that's exclusive to the members. That's something we just haven't worked into our workflow yet. So, because we don't want to just turn it on and not be really giving you something consistent back on that. So that's kind of like been the thought process on the memberships. But real quick, before we get up out of here, man, my boy Weewo with a super chat, he said, his concern was with Trey Lance, and I agree with Wee-Woo. My boy Black say, he say, boss, you gave a fourth for Lance as well, and he not playing. What's your thoughts on this Trey Lance versus Cooper Rush thing, and like how do you see it playing out, OC?
I think that, Mike McCarthy said, hey, I put in a package for Trey Lance, etc. So I just don't think they like Trey Lance, bro. I'm just being honest. I think they like and they trust Cooper better to run the offense and to come and take care of his business. Trey Lance has talent, but they don't trust him to complete the football consistently and make throws and run the offense. They know he's a good athlete, but they don't trust him as a quarterback. And I think that, he needs to make the most out of whatever reps the Cowboys do give him, because I don't think they're going to give him a bunch of reps. It's going to be Cooper Rush the rest of the season. But when he gets on the field, if he can show some signs of life and explosion, it's going to help him get signed with whoever picks him up next. I think his time here is done, and he's just going to have to just try to make a couple great plays when they put him in. And that'll be my best advice, just as a friend for him.
Yeah. I don't get the logic, but I also can say this about Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush, you could see that he was very comfortable in the offense, man. Now, talent, I even thought he had more zip this game. Real talk.
He did.
Like,
He did.
I knew my eyes wasn't tripping. I was like, man, that ball coming out a lot better. Like, for real.
He played a lot better.
Man, because we usually talk about that noodle arm. Nah, I saw our actual quarterback, you know, a bad built quarterback, but a quarterback, you know. So anyway, this is interesting to just kind of see how this whole thing is gonna play out. Tankathon is a real thing. We never got a chance to kind of get into that because we gonna get out of here in the hour sharp. But we gonna try to get back sometime this week and, man, get into this in more detail. Law was trying to get on earlier. He was having some technical difficulties because he was gonna try to do the show today from a remote location, and that never just worked out. So anyway, let me give my final words. My final words, I'm gonna give my final words to Zim, because I was impressed with what I'm seeing from your defense, because everybody's being evaluated. The players are being evaluated. The coaches are also being evaluated. And I'm looking at these people week by week. The adjustments that you made with Carson going to Israel was a good adjustment. The adjustments that you made with the run, blitzes, packages is a good thing. They still playing hard for you, even though the offensive has not been taking care of the defense. I'm liking the fact that Zimmer right now, in my opinion, is trying to make a late surge in his value, in just my opinion. He also, to me, on my final word, was somebody who was dealt a bad hand. He made it obvious from the very beginning that he didn't like the nose tackle talent that was here. That's why he finally said we need to get some noses. And the very next day they went out and got Phillips, and then they went and got Linval Josephs. So it shows you that he's working with what is given. He's not treated privileged, but I like how they trying to come together for him. I do feel like the defense is getting much better. So my final word is I like to see the fights that I'm seeing on the defensive side. I'm liking what I'm seeing, and I just want it to come all together. And hopefully the right people stay on this team that deserve to be on this team, whether it be the coaches or the players. That's my final word.
Yeah, man, mine will be brief, man. The Cowboys have an opportunity, man, to be a top 5 draft pick team. I think they need to go ahead and do that. Everybody else, fight for your life, because that's what you're doing right now. Coaches, players, you got to fight for your life, man. Signs of life, I think, even with some of the things and concepts that Mike McCarthy tried to do, I like that Zimmer's being aggressive. He's doing his absolute best. And we'll see how these next games go, man. So y'all stay tuned for more content with Boss Cowboy Sports. And final word, like, share, and subscribe to content. Follow Boss Cowboy Sports. Since nobody else is here on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and now X or Twitter. You can follow me, the OC100, on Twitter or now X. All right? So until next time, guys, we'll see you.
I just wanna run it up. Can we check or something? I've been really in the field, let up, I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately I just wanna run it up. Kinda check or something. Lately I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Reverend now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her